Hello there, teacher. I'm the student Diana Zambrano. Here's my ID card. And for today's video, I'm going to explain about pronunciation, phonetics, and phonology. I will explain the definition, the main focus, the characteristic, and the role. First of all, what is pronunciation about? Pronunciation are the results of the production of speech sounds. What is the main focus of pronunciation? The main focus of pronunciation is to study certain partners that the language has, in this case, English. Well, we have the partners in the characteristic box. Those partners are stress, intonation, and rhythm. We'll start with stress. What is stress about? In simple word, stress is when we put a more strong sound in certain syllables. For example, the word banana. The stress is on the second syllable. Or the word orange. The stress is on the first syllable. In English, there is something called stress shift. What is this about? We need to understand that English has certain same words, but the stress is different on certain syllables. For example, for a noun, has the word record. The stress is on the first syllable. If you want it to be a verb, the stress is on the second syllable. Record. That's something that we need to be very careful, because without this we can communicate something we don't want. Now we have the intonation. Intonation is how our voice rise and fall. For example, how are you doing? In the phrase, we raise our voice at the final of the sentence. Or, I'm doing well. Well, the voice falls at the final of the phrase. Intonation is like the melody of a speech. And now we have the rhythm. The rhythm refers to the arrangement of strong and weak words in a sentence. Like an example, we have, I have cats and dogs. We have a more strong sound on the words that are more important that we want to highlight in the sentence. What is the role of pronunciation? Well, the main role is that pronunciation plays an important key role in communicative competence. It says that even learners, if they have a good grammar or vocabulary, if they don't have a good pronunciation, they might be misunderstood. Now we have phonetics. What is phonetics about? Phonetics are the discovery of how speech sounds are produced. The focus is the how sounds are produced by movement of speech organs. Phonetics study the way how us as humans use our body organs to produce the sounds. When we speak, we are not aware that we are using certain of organs to speak. Well, here in articulatory phonetics study how the physical structure are involved to produce those sound speech. For example, the lungs, or the larynx, the tongue, the mouth. That is very important to produce those speech sounds. What about acoustic phonetics? Well, acoustic phonetics about when we produce those speech sounds. It examines how they are produced with the frequency or the sound of waveforms through the air. And in auditory phonetics, study how the ear and the brain sense and recognize those acoustic phonemes. Like when a person speaks, goes through the air and the listener, how they recognize that and interpret the different sounds. The role of phonetics is that it plays an important role in learning a language. And lastly, we have phonology. Well, meanwhile, phonetics study how the speech sounds are created with organ body organs, phonology study more the abstract part of the language. Phonology study the distinctive sounds of a language and their connection with each other. The role is to clarify how sounds are mentally organized and shaped in language. Okay? The characteristic is that it centers on how sound functions within a particular language. And the focus is that phonology focuses on the study of sound partners across within languages. Well, if we go outside of English, like an example is Chinese. Chinese language are more focused on intonation of words, like in English. Or, for example, in English. In English, we have a lot of stress sounds when we speak in English that Spanish doesn't have. So that is how phonology works. Phonology, making a conclusion with phonology, it studies how the brain receives and organizes those words. Here, here are the references of this graphic organizer. Teacher, that was my attribution about pronunciation, phonetics, and phonology, and how each one of them are very important to have such a linguistic competence. Thank you so much.